My name is Raul Hueche. I am from Mexico City, but I live in Houston, Texas. And my social media is Hueche Tattoo, so it's like my last name on all social media: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads,
Everything.
everywhere. Then there's social media. It's Hueche Tattoo.
Tell something about your style.
Well, I do geometric tattoos. Uh, I try to specialize in like doing a lot of detail, but at the same time, uh, having it be big enough so that it really heals well over the years. So I try to take like a very traditional approach towards my work. So I use coils. So I like big lines, solid shading, and a lot of detail, but again, just big enough. Thinking how it's gonna look in 15 years.
Do you did any apprenticeship in the beginning?
No,
Just by yourself
just
or
yeah, finished high school, and I wanted to start tattooing after high school. Bought a machine in downtown Mexico City, and just started tattooing some friends. It was just like, well, who wants to be first? Had like 5 people line up. Didn't know anything. I don't know why they would line up to get tattooed by me at that point, but that's how it started.
And
why you decide from Mexico to Houston?
So that's funny because I actually was going to start a US tour. So I moved to Houston from Mexico. I bought a big truck, USA, the dualies with the 4 wheels in the back. And I was going to buy a camper, a big camper that goes over the back, like a fifth wheel, they're called. And I was going to just go all around the US. I had like a year and a half of appointments booked up the East Coast, across the top, and down the West Coast. And then COVID started. So right when COVID started, it was like, okay, let's stay here for a month. A month passes, and we like extend the Airbnb, and then like 4 months pass, and we're like, well, let's just like rent for a year. So then rented for a year, and then the year ended, and it's like, it's actually pretty good here. We should stay. So I just happened to be there.
Crazy. And then after COVID,
It just happened to be there. Since I had a lot of appointments already booked all across the US, and I was canceling a bunch of the people, a lot of people were like, well, I'll just fly to Houston to see you. So everybody started to come to Houston instead of me going around the US. And I was like, well, this is great. If everybody's coming here, I'm just gonna stay here. So rented a house for another year. And now I ended up buying a house and opening my shop in Houston. But it just kind of happened
everything
without it really planning it.
It's
Just
crazy.
just landed there, and COVID happened to start. Like I could have been anywhere really.
and you also meet your wife there.
No, my wife I met way before
Okay.
in a tattoo convention in Belize. She's from Belize.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy story. And now you're working on a, I saw that you're working a big scale project, but you are working also a bodysuit.
I'm working on a leg that's kind of like matching his arm. So I'm hoping he wants to like expand it and turn it into a bodysuit. But right now it's 2 sleeves, arm sleeve is finished. I did it back in Houston. My client is from Austria, so he flew from Austria to Houston last time. He actually flew from Houston from Austria to Houston twice to get his sleeve. And then when I posted that I'm coming to Italy, he's like, book me all 3 days. It's so much cheaper to go to Italy than Texas. So yeah,
And
he's good. He's good sitting too.
how you follow the flow of the body of your client?
I just try to follow the muscle. This muscle is gonna always like curve up from this way. So the flow line is always kind of like following that muscle line. Same in here, depending on how you put your muscle, it's always gonna have like a flow with the body. So always just trying to find the shapes in the body that kind of like complement best. Or, like for example, in here it's a flat area. So kind of like frame the flat area and then from there flow it up. I do a lot of stuff on the go you know?
Do you see any difference between your way of see the tattoos, the flow on the body, than European one?
Then what?
European artist.
The European artists, I noticed a lot of people for these 3 days, they will like lay out the stencil for all 3 days. And then the first day they'll do like a bottom part, and then the second day they've already tattooed the second day and third day, and they fill. And I do it completely different. I like what I stencil, I finish. So what I did was stencil the knee and a pattern at the top, and finish that. Second day, put a second stencil for the patterns on the side, and finish that, instead of laying it all out on the first day, which is what I see most people seem to be doing.
Do you think there is any reason because of that?
I think it hurts less. You know, if you open up the skin on the first day and you map out all 3 days, by the time you get to the third day, that first day you mapped out is kind of healing already, and then you're just gonna just go back in and open it. But you know, the way that I do it, whatever I touch on the second and third day is like fresh skin. So I think it's just better for the client. But I also see the benefit of laying it all at once.
Do you think that you will try sometimes that way, or
I would, but the situation would be like lay it all at once, let it heal, and then take sessions to go over it once it's healed. But I think going in fresh 3 days like that might be tougher for the client.
do you do longer session than 6 hours, or?
No, 6 hours is
The maximum.
6 hours is enough. Plus, I tattoo really, really fast with the coils, just way faster than with the pen.
Yeah.
So for me, 6 hours, I will do what some people do in like 8 or 12 hours.
And do you have any plan for the future about tattooing, travel?
Well, I go back to Houston on Monday. I get there like Tuesday morning, and then I'm in Houston Wednesday, and then Thursday I fly to Miami to do another tattoo convention, the All Stars convention in Miami, and then I fly back to Houston on Monday, and then that's it for the year. And then next year, just a lot of tattooing, you know?
You did many travel this year?
Yeah, I did quite a bit. I went to California, did the Golden State Tattoo Convention. That one was really, really good too. I actually met Alex there, so that was a really good convention.
Do you have the plan to back in Europe?
Yes, but not as long as I did now, because I've been here for like 3 weeks, been traveling with my wife and the baby, and it was good, but I wouldn't do it next year. If I come back next year, I'll probably just come myself without my baby, because she's 2 years old. So if I come back next year, I'll probably just come by myself, stay a few days, do the convention, then fly right back.
Just a few days, down a week?
Yeah, maybe short of a week. But right now this is almost my third week. So
Yeah, it's long trip.
too long. Ready to go back home.
I will be in Brazil next week.
Nice. Yeah, that's
In Tattoo Week.
that's a long trip over there
Yeah.
too.
And there is any advice that you can say to the young you in the beginning of your career, back in the days?
I don't think so. Because, you know, everything that happened is what led me to be here, even if it wasn't a good decision at the time. If I wouldn't have done that bad decision, then maybe something else that came later wouldn't have happened the way that it happened, you know?